one of today's most accomplished actors and screenwriters, Mr. Steve Martin.
Thank you. I suppose of all the people in this room tonight, I'm the one who's closest to Jack Lemmon. As I was looking over his list of films, I realized how different that list would read if it weren't for me. The year was 1959. I was dining alone at Chasen's, and I looked over, and I saw Billy Wilder, Jack Lemmon, and Tony Curtis coming toward me. And I thought, oh God, not these guys again. So I made a little small talk, and I said, Jack, what are you working on? What are you doing? And he said, well, I got a thing coming up I'm very, very excited about with Lee Remick. I said, what's the title? He said, The Days of Wine and Roses and Tapioca Pudding. And I said, what was the title? He said, The Days of Wine and Roses and Tapioca Pudding. It's about a couple of people, they get sloshed every night, they make tapioca pudding, they go nuts, and when the new mix come out, they can't decide whether to go with the mix or make it fresh. It's very exciting. And I said, you know, just off the top of my head, I would say, lose the tapioca pudding. And he said, Steve, you can't have a movie called The Days of Wine and Roses and Tapioca Pudding and have the audience come in and then there's nothing about tapioca pudding. And I said, this is my point. You should drop it from the title, too. And he said, you mean call it The Days of Wine and Roses? He says, it doesn't scan, Steve. It's just not right. The Days of Wine and Roses, and you've got to have the tapioca pudding in there. And I said, well, just think about it. I look over and I see Billy's going like this. So I said, what are you working on now? And he said, oh, we've got a great thing. We're just producing. Tony and Jack and Billy and I, we're just producing this thing. We're looking for two funny actresses. We wondered if you had any ideas. It's about two musicians who get stuck, have to hide out in an all-girl orchestra. And if you have any ideas, we're thinking of Lucy, we're thinking of Shirley, and we think it's going to be a great thing. And they left. And as I watched Jack walk away, something occurred to me that may have changed his life forever. And I called Billy the next day and I ran it by him and he liked it. As he was walking away, I realized Jack Lemmon has a great ass.